Kinsley.
What's up with us?
And
Lila.
Just as a preface, this episode covers topics that might be considered sensitive to some viewers, including suicide.
We're talking about pride. Yippee!
Trigger warning. There are gay people in this episode. Proceed with caution. Watch at your own risk.
This is What's Up With Us, LGBTQ+.
49% of LGBTQ plus youth ages 13 to 17 reported experiencing bullying in just the last year.
That's almost half the population.
Right,
is.
that's a
Well,
lot.
half the
Spoiler
pride
alert,
population.
that's bad. Very bad, very bad.
That's not pleasant, guys. We
Yeah,
need to
okay.
stop it.
Okay, that is like
Stop!
you do see that a lot in like middle and high school though.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, the kids are not very nice.
No, not at all.
Younger kids that don't have their brains close to being fully developed yet don't really have like a sense of what bullying is.
Morality is like something you don't get until you're almost all the way there, I feel like.
Yeah, so like they don't know, they don't care.
Yeah, kids. Yeah, you definitely see that. You definitely see that in middle school.
Yeah.
They're not
I've
very
seen
nice.
a lot of it where we live. Definitely.
Yeah.
middle school.
Especially in like the South, I feel like.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Though, like, it depends on where in the country you are. I feel like some
That's
places are a lot more
true.
accepting than others.
that's true.
It's like the West is known for being more diverse. The South is known for being, and then, like the Midwest, it depends on where in the Midwest you are. Or from what I've heard, Florida's like every part of it. It's just parts of Florida are every part of the U.S. But
All of it.
what
in
I'm
one.
trying to say, like, it depends on what section of the United States you're in, or even if you're not in the United States. If anybody from outside the U.S. is watching
Europe
this.
is pretty accepting.
Yeah,
at least most of Europe.
Yeah,
I think.
Europe is like the kind of place where you're like, if it's not bothering, like if it's not actively affecting you, don't pay attention to it.
A lot of LGBTQ plus kids experience stigma, which by dictionary definition is a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person.
Yeah, okay, that does add up. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good definition, I feel like.
So, like-
I said it, so.
Because I said it.
Because Joby said it.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I mean, like, you heard in the definition, it's like with the quality of a person, just them being gay. That's just like the whole thing. You have their own prefaces about how they're gonna act, even if it's not true.
Like everybody assumes lesbians are like one side or the other, where they're either very, very tomboyish or they're very, very hyper feminine. That's not the case at all.
No.
Or that gay guys have to be feminine. It's like
Exactly.
it's like what. I don't know where people thought of these or why they decided that
Just
this
the-
is how gay people act.
Just the fashion trends over the years.
I feel like there's definitely a lot of like those are more stereotypes than stigma. I feel like
Yeah, they are
stigma
stereotypes.
is more in the sense of like where people this is a huge thing with like I've noticed with bisexual or pansexual people or even like polyamorous, but specifically like bi and pan people will be like, oh, they're cheaters. Oh, they'll have multiple partners at the time because they. Or with pansexuals, they're like they can like anyone, and then they'll go into like really uncomfortable topics like children.
Nuh-uh, that's not what that means.
No, that is
no.
not. It's talking in reference to
Gender, not age, not anything else like that.
Yeah. That's not what that means. That's definitely like a common kind of stigma among like bi and pan specifically.
Also, just because you're bi does not mean you're a cheater.
Exactly.
Can cheat and be bi,
There's a
And
whole
you
that's-
song
cheat,
about
be
it, y'all.
straight.
Doma Wilson.
but that's not the reason that they're cheating. It's because they're a bad person.
And you can cheat and be straight.
Exactly.
Right.
Like
I feel like stigma is ignoring a lot. Like, I from personal experience, there's this one person I met. I never encountered someone like this in real life. But they were like, I'm homophobic. Except these two people, because I know them, and they're really cute.
oh, I hate when
I'm
people
like,
make
no,
exceptions.
No. You're not doing that, because then you're just assuming that everyone else is a terrible whatever a
Person.
person. But you've met someone from the community, which I'm not saying everyone's the same. There can be terrible people of any gender or any sexuality. But you can't assume everyone except these people are good. Everyone except these people are bad. You just have to
And that's
learn with
insulting too.
experience.
Like
Exactly.
saying, oh, I make an exception, or like when I've known people who have said that I'm an exception to hating gays. Like,
See, be like,
you
how
know
are you gonna do
insulting
that?
that is?
Right.
In a sense, because it's saying, like, the only reason that I accept you for your identity is because I knew you when you still looked normal.
Like,
And
what
I
is that
think- and I
supposed to
know
Yeah.
mean?
I've known people who are like, I'm not really homophobic. I just only don't like these certain people. It's like, what? Does
That's
that
not
even...
homophobic. That's just you don't like those people.
Not like those specific people. I mean, like, those specific, like, groups of people.
Oh.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's...
like, I'm not homophobic, like, saying, like, I'm not homophobic as long as you're not, like, you don't like multiple genders.
I'm not
Right.
homophobic as long as you're not gay. Just like
Yeah.
Right.
The people who are like, it's okay if you're gay or a lesbian, but if you're like a bi or a pan, just pick one. Or the people who only accept allos, which is like non-aro, like people who do feel sexual and romantic attraction. So like they don't accept aro or ace, but they accept everything. That does you can't accept.
How you gonna
part
do
of the
that? How you
community.
gonna do that?
You can't
Right,
accept
that's
just part
not-
of, and even in the pride community, there's stigma against certain sexualities and genders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So homophobia is also a huge issue with LGBTQ youth. So we're gonna start sharing some personal stories. I have one. This guy that I go to school with, we were taking a survey and you had to choose your gender, and it was male, female, and other were the options. And he saw other, and he went on this huge thing, like, yelling. I was like, everyone was silent. Everyone was silent in class and just started yelling about it. He was like, oh, they have an option for other. Who's gonna choose other? And, like, one of my best friends, or, not like best friends, but this person that I know, like, I know that they would choose other. And so I'm, like, sitting there. I sit, like, not very far away from him. I'm sitting there looking at my friends, like, you hear this, right? And he's like, why would they have an option for this? Who's gonna choose this? And they started making a joke out of it, like, oh, ha ha ha, what would happen if I chose this? I was like, nothing. They would just put you down as
Literally
like
nothing.
nothing would have changed in the survey.
It's
We're
literally
fit to be
has
selects
nothing to do with
others.
And
it.
then me and my friends proceeded to
It's for statistics. A lot of the
laugh
times,
at him for the
with
rest of
surveys,
our
it's a lot of
classes.
times statistics to be like,
Yes.
okay, do these things affect males more than females, or does gender
Yeah.
gender not a factor?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
and then
oh, sorry.
did you have something to say?
No, I was gonna tell you a joke. You have
Okay.
a story.
Yeah, I also kind of have a story, and so midway, like not even midway through, but like last year, I started being a lot more open with being a part of the Pride community, and I wore specifically at the end of the year, because the year ends in June. So I had on like a lot of Pride, I guess merch. Would
As
be a
you
good word
do.
for it, right? Because
Yeah,
it was
real.
June and it was like an outside day, and I wasn't even gonna be there for most of the day. And so I was, and this was like a couple days after this, but it was nearing the end of school, or it was the beginning of summer. I don't remember, but I was talking to this guy. Not gonna name names, obviously. And he's like, I used to think you were really cool, right, when we first met, and I was confused. I was like, and?
And
He's like, until you started wearing all that, like, rainbow stuff. And I'm like, God forbid I wear color.
oh no, it's color.
Oh no! No,
But, like,
please.
But he was saying, like, I was openly wearing, like, Pride stuff, and that made me not cool. I was like, it was really subtle. But then I've also had people, I've had people say I'm the exception to their homophobia, which is even worse.
There's no
That's horrible.
exceptions to
Earlier.
your homophobic. I think saying that in itself is homophobic.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Because
I'm also gonna bring up your point from earlier, about how like rainbows being associated with gay all the time doesn't need to happen.
like, things can be
Like,
rainbow.
God forbid I want to wear a rainbow on my shirt, even though I am part of the community. God forbid I want to wear one without having it being attached to me being gay.
Right. I've gotten comments for just being like, oh, there's a rainbow outside.
Oh,
Like a
look at this
literal
beautiful
rainbow
display of
in the
nature.
sky.
Or like, and I like, this is kind of random, but I like Greek mythology, right?
As you
And there is a
do.
goddess of rainbows,
Iris.
right? Messenger of the gods. And I was reading this. I was reading the Iliad, and I pointed it out to somebody, right? I'm like, oh, it's Iris, goddess of rainbows, and they're like, oh my God, is she the goddess of gay people?
No.
No.
That would be Apollo.
I don't think there's not.
That's a
really
joke,
one
by the
of
way.
them. Actually,
Um,
there are gods that have more male lovers than Apollo. Zeus and Poseidon both. Not the point,
Right.
though.
Crazy.
Not the point, but
Also, but we literally did go backwards in terms of that, because ancient times, it was fine. Roman times, people kissed their bros all the time. was normal, and then we went, yeah, no.
Can I make a
Weirdos.
joke? They kissed their homies goodnight for real.
Okay. Yeah, but like we have regressed in our acceptance.
Definitely.
I don't understand why.
Or how.
Or what
It
caused
just happened.
this.
Yeah. Who decided
we
this?
just decided.
Nope. No more.
Mm-mm.
No
It's
more.
not happening.
There's also a lot of queer representation in media, fictional media. Like, for example, we have Wicked.
In the original Wicked novel, Glinda and Elphaba were in a serious relationship.
And even now, after they brought it to stage in 2004, and then the screen in 2024, there's still debate on
Whether or not they're in a relationship and if they're gay.
There's also, this is a newer movie based on an older book, Nimona, where there's two examples. Do you want to talk about one?
Yes. So Ballister and Ambrosius, two of the like
Canonically gay.
Very gay.
Yeah, and then there's also the actual character of Nimona, who's very much implied to be not on the binary gender spectrum. There's one line which, out of context, really isn't a spoiler, but it's like, and now you're a boy. I am.
Today.
now.
Oh, I thought it was today.
I don't
And
know.
today.
Whatever.
Yeah, I am.
I am today.
It's the same idea, but yeah, it's very much implied that Nimona is not on the gender spectrum. We also have shows, like we have Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
We love Captain Holt and his husband,
Yes.
guys.
They
And
are-
Rosa Diaz is
Yes.
canonically bisexual.
Yes.
Those are two very openly and it's like like integrated in the storyline, but
It
not in a
is.
sense of like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy, this is so bad.
Yeah, no. It's revealed that he has a husband early on too,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
keeps being
I
established.
think I haven't seen the entire show. I've only seen clips of it, but I think it's like halfway through the show, Rosa eventually comes out as bisexual, but only to what's his name, Boyle, and then he can't keep a secret, so she's like, yeah, I'm bi to just everyone else.
Boyle
And
cannot
you
have a
have,
secret.
you have like this like storyline of like everybody's accepting of her but her parent. It's like
Yes.
they build on the storylines in a normal, like relatable way.
Yes.
It works really well. There's also
Absolutely
the
love that show. I need to
webtoon turned comic turned show Heartstopper.
Yes.
Which it stars. It's literally about
A gay couple.
Yeah.
Multiple gay couples.
Yeah,
Multiple.
there's
yes.
and then if you watch the show, the trans character in Heartstopper was played by a actual, I believe it's a trans woman. I haven't seen the show, but I believe it's a woman. And that was like an actual requirement for auditioning for that role. They wanted a trans person to play that trans character.
This is delightful.
There's the Owl House.
The Owl House, I love that show so much.
Mhm.
They're very much gay representation, and it got canceled after season 2, so season 3 is only 3 45-minute long episodes. It's been theorized that it was canceled because of the main characters being two gay women in a relationship.
And like the backlash it would get.
Yes, and because it is owned by Disney.
Yeah. God forbid Disney shows gay people.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
remember if it was
Scary.
confirmed or not. But this is actually a little tidbit about the creator of the Owl House. I don't know if she's gay or not. But she's working on a new project with Glitch Studios, who made Murder Drones and The Amazing Digital Circus. And I'm very excited because it's called Knights of Guinevere.
Knights of Guinevere.
It's going to be very good. I'm very excited, and it's going to be aimed for a more mature audience, and she won't have a lot of the limitations that Disney gave her. So there's a very high chance that there will be multiple queer relationships.
Woo! And
So
then
I'm excited for that.
another show, I haven't seen this one either, with a lot of gay people. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, specifically the
Also a huge
the
fan of
more-
that show.
The more modern reboot, I think.
The more modern reboot, yeah. I think the older one doesn't
Isn't
have
gay.
any. No.
Very sad. But
Unfortunately.
then again, that was from the 80s. And
It
then
was, yeah.
the one that people might hate us for mentioning, Miraculous Ladybug. Has lesbians.
It also has gay men.
It does have gay men too.
And,
They got all the queers.
yeah.
They got all the queers and nothing else going for them.
Yeah, used to love that show, went back and rewatched it,
It's,
and I have no idea
The
why I love
animation
that
is
show.
interesting.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
very
yes.
interesting.
Okay, moving on.
Yes,
Alright.
let's not talk about that anymore, please.
There's also queer representation in actual like non-fictional celebrities and things. Like let's start with one of the most known lesbian Pop artist Chaperone.
Chaperone!
She won a Grammy this year, didn't she?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
Yes,
think
she
she
did.
did.
She got
Yeah.
like best
New artist,
New
yeah.
artist.
new artist.
Yeah.
I absolutely love her album. It is on
Chaperone.
all of my playlists.
She really did hit the slay button.
Okay.
Oh my god.
On the more gender side of the LGBTQ community, you have Cave Town. who
I
is
love Cave Town.
Trans man writes about it.
They've
I believe it's he. I don't.
we're gonna use they pronouns for
That's
now.
probably the best idea.
But they started a fund to help LGBTQ plus kids.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Foundations.
All right, we've got Girl in Red. I don't know much about this.
I absolutely love her music. Well, I say that. I only know a few of her songs.
I know.
But
I
the few
only know
songs
a
that-
few too.
But the few songs that I know, I absolutely love.
She's a really nice voice.
She does. She's very out about being into women. One of my favorite. Why are you laughing at me? One of my favorite songs by her is definitely probably Girls. It's about being scared to talk about, a girl not liking men. Definitely one of my favorites. So
This isn't as much of a well-known artist, but this is hers. Peggy.
oh my gosh, yes, I love her
She's
music.
One. It's brought up in that.
Which one?
That's Mads Buckley.
Mads Buck. Wrong freaking person.
Never mind. Mads Buckley.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. That's what we love.
Never mind.
Yeah, we do love.
How
We love.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, we're gonna move on to talking about foundations and helplines for queer kids and youth. One of them is called the Trevor Project, and they're an organization that provides counseling and crisis support for LGBTQ plus youth. They also do research and provide public education, advocacy, and provide community and support for everybody. All the statistics that you will hear in this episode are from the Trevor Project.
Another project is the It Gets Better project. It provides resources for LGBTQ plus teens who want help and have resources for allies as well.
and another help channel is the Human Rights Campaign, which also provides resources for anyone to access about LGBTQIA. It's also made for those people.
So, small trigger warning. Well, not small. Hate crimes. The Matthew Shepard Foundation was founded after Matthew Shepard's murder. They work to fight against LGBTQ plus hate crimes.
The Youth Pride Association has resources to allow people to learn about the LGBTQIA plus community.
One final warning, we are going to be delving into the topic of suicide for the last part of this episode. Viewer discretion is advised and help is available, including the Suicide and Crisis Hotline, Lifeline, 988. 33% of LGBTQ youth reported serious suicidal thoughts. That's 1 in 3, to put into perspective.
Not good. Not good.
Not good at all.
That's bad.
This isn't something we can really
Make jokes about.
Yeah,
what we
no,
usually
we're not
do.
gonna. We're not gonna go.
We're not
there.
gonna be super lighthearted about this part.
No.
Definitely.
It's just it's horrible because it's all the homophobia and the bullying and everything about it just is contributes to all of this.
And then people will shove them into this idea of, oh, they're like this because they're saying that they're gay, or the gay agenda is being pushed onto them.
And that's why they're gonna commit suicide.
It's not the best environment.
No,
No.
not at all.
There's not, I see a lot of people looking at these cases and being like, well, that's because they defied something about whatever the plan they stick to. It's like, no, they didn't choose to struggle like this.
They
In other words.
didn't
Yeah, they
choose
didn't
their mental health
Yeah,
issues.
they didn't choose, and they didn't choose for other people to treat them like that.
And they didn't choose to be gay in the first
They
place.
didn't choose to be gay in the first place. And it's not a bad thing. Oh, you chose to be this bad thing, or
It's-
they can't help it that they're this bad thing. But being gay is not bad. not something you choose.
It's just how it's just how you feel. You can't really like describe it. It's weird.
12% of queer youth actually attempted in just this year.
That's a lot.
2024.
Yeah, these are 2024
2024
statistics.
Just again to put that into perspective, about 1 in 9.
That's a lot.
Not good. Not
Really
good.
not good. And I don't know if that's just attempted or if that also includes successful.
I don't believe.
Because I assume it's a survey.
I believe attempted, when using that term, is not successful.
I know.
Yeah.
Which means there's probably even more that succeeded.
Which is horrible.
Not good.
Not good. Not good, guys. State of our world is
Interesting.
that's
That's
concerning.
yeah.
I feel like that's a good word to use.
Probably is.
For most of them, the cause of the attempts wasn't their gender or their identity, but rather their mistreatment and the stigma that they faced.
Which kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier with people going, oh, they're doing this because they're gay, or they're doing this because they chose to be this identity or be trans or have this gender or this agenda is being pushed onto them.
No, they're doing this because you did
Treat
things
them
to
like this.
treat them certain ways
It's the
for
mistreatment.
that.
It's it's not their fault. Is like the
Not
major
at
thing is it's
all.
not their fault.
By the
Not at
way,
all.
if you do want to look into these statistics, they are all from the Trevor Project's website. You just go to like the resources tab, and they have good visuals and stuff, and they break it down into like certain groups. So you have like gay, lesbian, bisexual. They have statistics on each of those separate groups as well.
Which I think really helps if you want to put things
It
in
does.
perspective.
It really does.
And even like there are certain parts of the community that are treated worse than others.
Yes.
Definitely.
So it helps to see those statistics split up that way.
You hear a lot about trans people recently.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially in certain, a lot of the time more southern, or just certain states or certain parts
Areas.
of countries, certain countries in general.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Not at all.
Not at all. On a more positive note to end this episode, not all interactions with involving Pride or people in the Pride community are bad. For example, me and Marie went to a Pride parade, and we do live in the South, so, you know, that's kind of heavily stigmatized, but it was actually a really good event. We really, really liked it.
There was all kinds of people there. Like, you see, not even just, like, Pride people, but there are all kinds of, like, styles and types of people and interests. And, I mean, there were people in roller skates. There were people in drag. There was Starbucks and Google and Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Amazon had these really fun signs that said pizza rolls, not gender rolls. And I thought that was really cute.
That was great. I mean, it's just all the companies that you see come out to support is really nice, because you know that, at least from what they show us, they're good. They're a good company and they support Pride.
Let's not get into the specifics of that.
Yeah.
Let's try and keep this. But yeah, there are a lot of Pride events all across the country. You can go to cons that, like, conventions that have a lot of Pride merch, even if they aren't like Pride related. A lot of them have
Pride merch.
or they have like flags and stuff hung up. And you see people there who are openly expressing themselves. It's just really nice to see people express themselves.
It is. It's really refreshing.
And if you go to like an event that's made for one, I guess, minority or stigmatized group, you're more likely to see people from other stigmatized groups or minorities
come out and support.
Yeah, expressing themselves, coming out and support. Like, because they're all, I don't want to say they're all connected, but they all
share the same experience of being mistreated.
Yeah. Marie.
And
Jovi.
Kinsley.
Lila.
That's what's up.